Good morning, everyone. This is the recap video of Chapter 1, Mapping the Earth. So as you know that the Earth is so large that it becomes difficult to study all of it at the same time. We need models or representations through which we study the Earth. They are your globes and maps. So globes, a globe is a three-dimensional model of the Earth. It is spherical in shape, whereas map is your two-dimensional model or two-dimensional representation of the Earth. It is there on a flat surface or a piece of paper. So two-dimensional, okay, what is three-dimensional? Three-dimensional means any object or solid that has three things, that is your height, width and length. Whereas your two-dimensional, because it is on a piece of paper or it is on a flat surface, it has two dimensions, that is your length and breadth, that is length or width. Further, let us understand that we have different kinds of maps. But here one question comes, who are the ones who design the map? So they are called your cartographers. Cartographers are the skilled and the trained people who design your map, and the science of map making is called cartography. So there are four types of map that we have studied. The first is your political map, second is your physical map, third is thematic map, and the fourth is your topographical map. Further, let us understand that we have elements of a map. Elements of a map means we have four such elements which are common or which are used in any type of map. Whether you pick up any map, these four elements will be there because these are the basics, how with the help of which you will map or you will do the map work. The first is your finding directions. Okay, now directions, like there are four main or cardinal directions like north, south, east and west, and the directions that lie in between the main directions, they are called your intermediate directions. For example, northeast, northwest, southeast and southwest. The second element is your map scale. So map scale is used to show accurately the distance that is there between two places on the ground, and it has to be reduced proportionately before plotting on the piece of paper on a map work. Okay, you have three types of map scales. They are your verbal scale, your linearographic scale and your representative fraction. Usually representative fraction is used because it is easy to represent the distance of the ground, the distance of the actual ground on the flat surface on the map, because we don't have any units in the representative fractions. Hence it becomes easy to do the comparison between different types of maps. The third your elements of map is, that is conventional signs or symbols. What is the meaning of the word conventional? So conventional means which is universally acceptable or which is commonly acceptable everywhere. Okay, now why we have these conventional signs and symbols? Because there are some signs and symbols that are used in common by the cartographers all over the world. Hence, they are known as your conventional signs and symbols. Fourth element is your key or legend. Now this key or legend of a map, it explains whatever features or whatever signs and symbols that we have used on the map in a small box below on the right hand side in the bottom. Okay, it tells us about the different signs and symbols we have used, so that if any other person who is reading the map can easily understand what these signs and symbols stand for. Then you have sketch and a plan. So basic difference between sketch and a plan is, sketch is a rough drawing which is based on an observation and it is not drawn to scale because it is just based on observation, no proper measurements are there. Whereas your whereas your plan is a drawing which is based on accurate measurements. Proper measurements are done, and that is why it is drawn to scale. Further, you have the topic river. What do you mean by river? River is just a body of fresh water which flows from the source to an ocean. Source means your starting point to the ocean where it falls, or the sea. Okay, you have 6 important features of rivers. They are meander, distributary, tributary, source, mouth and delta. And last we covered your compression and diversion forces. So as we say diversion, the meaning of the word diverge is to move away from each other, to move apart from each other. Okay, so divergent forces, they are, they are the forces that pull away from one another, whereas the compressional forces, the meaning of the word compress means to press or to squeeze. So compressional forces are those that push towards each other. Okay, and because of these divergent forces, your block mountains and rift valleys are formed, and because of your compressional forces, your anticline and syncline are formed. So that's all for this chapter 1. Thank you so much.